Lessons learned from clients that made mistakes when it came to retirement planning. The first mistake that I see people do is they don't change their current advisor. Seriously, if something is not working for you, why would you stay with that same person? Ask yourself the question, sitting right there, why am I with my current person? Is my current person giving me professional advice, or is it the same old thing? If it's a financial brokerage company, what do? They focus on growing your money. That's all they focus on. They not focus on the distribution phase. They might have some beneficiaries in there, but for real, their focus is to grow that money. So the first mistake that I see is people stay with the same person and the same strategy because that person is only offering that specific strategy. Now look, when you're in your 30s, you need a strategy. When you're in your 40s, 50s, but when you get to your later 50s, 60s, do you need to be in the same strategy? That leads me to the second mistake. The second mistake is you keep doing the same strategy. Look, for the first 40 years, 50 years, even up to 60 years sometimes, people believe in the stock market. The stock market itself is designed to accumulate and grow your money, hopefully. So you're supposed to have all this money. But does that strategy work when you go into your 60s and you need income? The problem is that you keep thinking the same way at age 60. You keep still doing the same thing over and over. You just want to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate your money. Why? You accumulating that money for who? Who are you accumulating that money for? Your children? Your grandchildren? What's the purpose? Why did you save for 60 years? What's the purpose? To keep growing it? All right, here's the third mistake that I think people make. The third mistake that people make is they've accumulated all this money over time. They grew this money, they grow it, and now it's $1 million. Now the $1 million is in an account. What was the purpose of use? Starting with $100, the $100 became $1,000, the 1,000 became 10,000, the 10 became 100, the 100 became 200. You had 500, the 500 became $1 million. Doesn't matter what the amount is. You've accumulated now money. You were the same person, the same strategy, the same investment. The mistake that I see is that you don't go from accumulating money, growing the money, to distribution fast enough. When you decide, look, I need to retire. Retirement means you take what you've accumulated over time and you turn it into reliable, sustainable, long-term, guaranteed income. So the strategy changed. So the broker changed, the company changed, and the strategy changed. And unfortunately, change is very hard for people. It is uncomfortable, and most people don't want to do it. They just stay there. And that's the mistakes that I see. The biggest mistake is to continue to do what you've always done. And you know it. You know it. So you have to get your heart and your mind and your soul in the right place so you can make a transformation and ultimately, not a change. You want to transform and sit with somebody that has that interest in mind, that takes you from accumulation to distribution. Hope this was helpful. Visit our website, needwisdom.com, so you can get some more information. But ultimately, I can give you an opinion. We can help.